Hello.
Hey, 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 hey. Hey, hey, hey.
I'm not gonna even say it. Um.
What were you going to say? Go ahead and
Welcome
say it.
back. It's Fat Albert.
It's
He said, "Hey,
what?
hey, hey, Fat Albert."
Oh, God, yeah.
Anyway,
Can I
that's why I
say
didn't want to
can
say
I
it.
say I haven't seen Fat Hour? If I cannot open with that, is that crazy to open
It's
with?
fine. It's Bill Cosby.
Oh, trigger warning.
Anyways, welcome back.
Welcome back, y'all. Hi.
um, I am loving your brat green. Let's just get it out of the way.
Oh
Let's just get it out of the way.
God.
They're gonna say it. They're gonna say it. So let's just get it out of the way.
Here's the
It was not
thing.
intentional,
It
everybody.
was not intentional. Also, I don't like that y'all can see these ugly ass blue sweatpants. They're gonna tilt that up. Mwah.
Loving the scarf. Loving. I'm wearing a Faith Hill shirt.
Thank you.
Ooh, I love the way you
Do you
love
have a
the
favorite
way
song?
you
If
love
since
me.
we're talking about Brat, do you have a favorite song from Brat so far? Now that it's, I guess, at this point, been out for a couple
Honestly,
days at the time of us recording. I think maybe two
Club
or
Classics
three.
is still my favorite. I think everyone doesn't like. For a lot of people, it's their least favorite single, but it's my favorite single. And I think Club Classics and also Girl So Confusing. And Sympathy is a Knife. Those are
I
yeah.
think I liked Back to Back is my favorite, and then I
Mm.
think I liked Talk Talk. I only listened to it once all the way through. I only listened
Oh,
to
and Rewind, yes.
but I love 360. So
Well, yes.
other
I
songs.
mean, I love most of this. I think I love all of the songs actually.
Charlie can write it the hell out of a chorus.
Okay, Hitmaker, but she's not the diva that we're debriefing today. The divas that we are debriefing
As
are Chloe and Halle.
a double diva debrief.
A double diva debrief.
Oh my god.
Period.
Oh
Say that 5 times
my
fast.
god.
But basically, we feel that we, in a way, need to bring Chloe and Halle to the red table. I think in the metaphorical 6 songs 4 table. Because what's going on?
I feel like when we talk about Chloe and Halle, we look at them, we see their talent, we see their beauty, and we forget what is perhaps the most important thing about them, which is that they are from Atlanta. They are
Right.
from Atlanta, and Atlanta is a very weird place. Things that are normal in places that are not Atlanta are normal in Atlanta. So we have to realize that these girls are just literally built different. Like they are just different
Mm.
than the rest of the country.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I will say they held. Me personally, I don't drive past a tennis court because I do drive. Hello, I don't drive past a tennis court without thinking of Chloe and Halle. I don't.
Well, yes.
They have
VMAs.
they have revolutionized tennis courts.
Literally, no one had. The person who passed the tennis court baton to Chloe and Halle was Lord. I think that was the last time
Like the song.
someone had ownership of me thinking about them when I think of tennis courts. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
word. Okay, word.
And so I think, for if you don't know, because some people might not, during quarantine, when everyone was doing their quarantine contractual obligated performances, Chloe and Halle decided to perform and transform their tennis court in their house. I think it was on their house, in their house or outside their house. I don't fucking know. Anyways, they owned these tennis courts and they would transform them to where you wouldn't even really know it was a tennis court, and like, or sometimes they would, it was a part of the thing. Like, it was incredible. And my favorite part is that uh I can't listen to Ungodly Hour without going VMAs. Because every time she would say MTV or whatever the fuck, um Today's Show. If you know, you know. But yeah, Chloe and Halle. Let's talk about Ungodly Hour. Let's just talk about their best album. My favorite song from Ungodly Hour is "Don't Make It Harder on Me." What is your favorite song?
It's probably Tipsy or Ungodly Hour.
Work. I've been on I've been charged with murder. No, that's my shit too. That's
Like I
definitely
love
top 5.
how goofy it is. Like that. Like I don't know. I feel like
Yeah.
that's a perfect mix of both. Yeah, I don't know.
My top 3 are probably Don't Make It Harder on Me, Ungodly Hour, and Tipsy. Like that song is it's so there are a couple
Also,
songs that
busy,
are
busy,
very
busy
like
boy, busy boy, busy, busy, busy boy.
I like the instrumental of Baby Girl. The dun, 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 you make it look so easy. One day I talk to Jesus.
Wow.
Oh, forgive me. I've been going too hard in your city. Oh, you lied. Oh, you lied. Give me back every time. No, like Chloe X Halle X Kiara. Like, yeah, no. I actually maybe I need to be Halle. Like, Halle. Okay, if you don't want
Maybe
to do it,
close
I'll do
enough.
it.
Where's the album?
Like, they have confirmed that like it's happening, but like I need them to hurry up. I have liked them since Drop came out. If you know, you know.
You weren't there for
2013.
Sugar Symphony. Do you remember Sugar Symphony?
Yes, that's what Drop is on.
Okay, great, great, great.
Yeah, I
Maybe
remember hearing them on the radio.
Red
When I
Lights
was
is maybe my favorite Chloe and Halle
oh
song
wow,
from that album. I
period.
mean,
I don't
from
remember it that
yes,
well,
it's the one right
but
after
I do.
Drop.
Oh okay, but I remember listening to The Kids Are Alright as well and being like, this cover is a mess. But
It kind of yeah, yeah.
that's neither here nor there. But needless to say, Ungodly Hour is their best project, and it's kind of like they did it. Ungodly Hour were like killing the press, killing everything, and then just broke up because they're not broken up, but like they just started doing their own things, which is fine. But it's like, at what point are we gonna go back to that? Because and it's no shade, it really isn't. I watched Little Mermaid, okay? I like Chloe's music, some of it, but we need to get back to the plot, Miss Mamas. Like, we need to get back to y'all, you two getting in the studio. I don't really understand what we're doing because I need a follow up album. I just do.
I agree. I enjoyed their music. I do think that they bring out something. I do think that they reflect the best out of each other. Um,
Hmm.
and I think that you can tell like that the other is missing in each other's in their solo music. Like you can tell the influence of the other is missing because Chloe
Hmm.
definitely is like super. I feel like she's
Beyonce.
super like yeah, she's like really. I guess for lack of a better word, is like super urban and like really like street. And
Mm,
I should feel like she has like a lot of hip hop like sort of instincts, whereas I feel like
mhm,
Hallie is more sort of like songier.
mhm.
So like I feel like
Sing
In
song,
a
yeah.
lot of Chloe stuff, it's more rap based. It's more that laffy taffy da. But in
Mhm.
Halle stuff, it's
Melodic.
super like Halo. Like no shade. I did not really love that song because it's like I like it's very like she has a very beautiful voice, but I found it hard to listen
Very
to.
Disney. It's
I think
very Disney.
it's too Disney. So I think that like their like melding of styles is what really makes them click because I feel like they
Mhm.
balance each other out stylistically. So I would be
Exactly.
very, very excited for another Chloe and Halle album.
I think it's interesting also because I always thought that Hallie was the older one and
Hmm.
Chloe was the younger one for some reason. And they're not twins, if you do think that.
They're not
Also,
twins.
I think I mean, it is a DVD review. We should probably explain who these people are. So, Chloe and Hallie, if you do not know, because there are probably people that are listening that don't know. I can think of at least one, and I think that they became famous or not famous, but popular, because they used to do covers of songs on YouTube, and then Beyonce was on YouTube, and then found them and basically like
I think they were on
mentored
a
them
Disney thing
eventually.
also. They were on like the same. They were on like, I think Disney had like a sort of an American Idol type of thing that they were like on or won or something. Like I think that they had like some sort of,
Oh my god, yes. I completely forgot about that. But I think the YouTube videos were before that.
yeah. I don't know
So the
which came
YouTube
first,
videos,
but yeah.
I think it was like the YouTube videos, they got a little bit of notoriety. Beyonce probably just like reached out and like talked to them, and then eventually Beyonce like signed them to Parkwood. But before that, yeah, they won. Completely forgot about that. They won like a Radio Disney award or something. I completely forgot what it's called. And then I think then they probably pretty much released Sugar Symphony, I think, and then it just kind of like kept going from there. And then no, Chloe, I think, was on Grownish. I don't remember which one was on Grownish, but one of
They
them
were
was on
both on
Grownish.
Grownish.
Oh,
They played
LOL.
twins on Grownish, which is why I believe a lot of people think that they're twins.
Oh, see, that's really confusing.
Yeah.
Um, okay. But yeah, so then they became like actresses as well. Also, Grownish just ended
Did it really? I
like
didn't
last
even
week.
watch Blackish.
And there's that. I love Blackish, but I watched like maybe the first season of Grownish, and then I was like, I can't keep up with this.
I will say,
But I
as
am
a lamb,
surprised.
I love the theme song of Mixed Ish, but I think that
Well,
is such
in
a
the mix,
cringe. In the mist, say there's some mixed
I
up,
can't.
well, and never sure. No, like, come on now. Hey,
The theme song was the best part of that show, in my opinion.
literally, it's the only part of that show, no shade.
Whoop. Well, anyways,
Yay, us. Like, no, she ate that down.
I can't. But yeah, Chloe and Halle, they are two very, very talented sisters. I love a sister duo trio moment. But it's just time to get back in the studio together. And I understand that Halle, your schedule might be different, very different from Chloe's now because you have Halo, her baby. But I think that, women can do hard things. People can do hard things. Women can do two things at once. Maybe bring Halo to the studio. Start them off young. I mean, Hazel Monet,
Oh
she's
my
fucking
God,
writing
no.
songs left and right. Like, if you got to start them young. And I know that like maybe Halo doesn't want to be a musician. Maybe Hazel doesn't want to be a musician. But I think the skills that you learn in music and in the studio are probably things you can
Apply to
translate other
life.
places. Yeah. So I think it's time, ladies. The world needs you.
We can close the book on them, but in closing, I would love to see more of Hallie's guitar skills. I think that she plays the guitar, does she not? I would love
Yeah.
to hear more of that. I we're probably asking a lot from the girls because I want to rock out
I
with
just think we need
everybody, but
more than a ballad, Hallie.
I think that they have lots of room to grow and discover something else, and I think that they
Hmm.
have the talent within them because between the two of them, I think that they are capable of producing music themselves. So like that sort of insular
Yeah.
inspiration, I think that would be awesome, and I'm excited to see what they do next.
Now we're gonna move on to 6 songs for this episode is 6 songs for the housing crisis.
Girl, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
There are several crises going on. There are several crises going on, but honey,
Hmm.
people
This one
literally cannot afford to live in
in
places
their
anymore,
house, in their
in
homes.
anywhere. Much less for those who don't have homes. It is a very real issue. I'm gonna let y'all know
Hmm.
now. We might poke fun at this issue a little bit because it's funny,
It's not
but
funny, but it's
but the
funny
hou-
if it makes
right,
sense.
but the housing it's a very real thing. So um,
It's all in jest. We're not
it's
gonna
all in
go
jest.
very deep, but it's
I will
also like
say, me personally, I am maybe having to move soon. My landlord is raising my rent, so
present. It's a prevalent
it's a
issue.
real thing, honey. It's happening here live. But
Yeah, and I'm also moving in like 6 months, but
yeah, so like
who knows where?
Literally, who knows where? And it's getting harder. The job market is in shambles. Everything is on fire right now. So
We're raising awareness to the issue by making it a little lighthearted, but
mhm.
also very real. Like, I mean, I've had to get my own apartment for the last like 4 years, so I completely understand. And homelessness is actually something that I'm very, 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 very like not sensitive to, I guess, but like I care a
Oh,
lot
it's
about
a really
helping the
bad
homeless.
issue, especially now. Do you know how hot it is in Arkansas now?
Girl,
How hot it's been?
mhm. I can only
There's
imagine.
no there is no reason. I
Actually, I
truly
don't have
believe
that
there is
much.
no reason anybody should be without a house for any
Uh-huh.
reason.
No, you literally put it so well one time. I don't remember, this is years ago. But you were just like the housing crisis is so simple. Like just give people homes. Like it
Like,
is not that hard.
girl, give them to
And
them.
in that way, like you kind of radicalized me because I was
I'm
in
screaming.
that particular like it's very easy. So if I ever become like uber rich, like one of my things I want to do is just like build a house and just or not house, but like I guess like an apartment building and just like let people live in it for free.
Yeah,
Like
like
what?
it's I
It's
don't
not
know.
that hard.
So
And so
I can go ahead and start because as a
okay.
person who's looking for properties in the central Arkansas area, the girls just be posting anything. They be taking any kind of pictures and throwing it up
Oh
on these
God.
fucking websites. And
Mhm.
Luther Vandross said that a house is not a home. And I really want to get into that because, baby, just because you have a house, that don't make it no fucking home. I'm
Period.
not fucking living here, girl, if the fucking screens on the outside of the windows are like ripped off.
Oh my
As if to
God.
imply somebody has been breaking in this bitch. I'm not going to be living in here, girl. If now listen, black people, I love you.
What are you about to say?
Black people, I love you. But why are your kids walking around?
In the pictures?
No, I mean just like in general in this
Oh.
neighborhood. Y'all
Oh.
ain't got nowhere to go.
No, they don't. Because we need to make an episode 6 songs for shared spaces. There are
We're
no
good.
shared spaces for kids to go. And it's actually like another thing that I think about because it's like everyone was mad at the kids being at Sephora and it's like, well, the kids don't have anywhere to go because there are parks, but like when it's cold, you know, they're trying to defund all the libraries. Not trying, they defunded the libraries in New York. They are there's no like kids only have phones to connect now, so it's like okay, you can just do that at your house. And so no, the kids don't have anywhere to go. And if your mom is like, get out of my house, which I'm sure both of us have, well, maybe not, but my mom would just be like, go
Girl,
find something to do. And
girl, I
so
stayed
I
in
would
my it was
LOL. See,
hot
okay.
outside.
I was probably one of those kids walking around. Like my mom would just be like, go find or I would ask, obviously. Like I'd be like, can I go walk around the neighborhood? But yeah, I would just like walk and listen to music.
I don't know. The vibes at these homes that I've been touring, I'm just like,
They're rancid.
girl, y'all
I hate when the pictures online on like Street Easy or something, and it's like the house is dirty in the picture. It's like, did you even try?
girl, we went to one house. The fucking we turned on the water in the kitchen, the sink. Cause let me tell
Hmm.
you something. After this apartment, baby, y'all
You're
ain't
checking
never go.
everything.
Y'all ain't never. When I say y'all are never going to catch me fucking slipping again, we turned on that sink in the kitchen, baby. Literally, sink water just started coming out the bottom of the sink. I'm like, girl, how you
Uh-uh.
even got this on the market? How do you have this on
It's
the market?
ridiculous.
To tie this back into a song, this song, just because you have a house, that don't make it a home, bitch. You gotta put a little bit more elbow grease into this motherfucker. Make
If you
sure
don't
that the
have
sink is
running water,
goddamn. Make sure that the sink is goddamn working. Make sure that you done change these fucking air vents. Make sure that ain't fucking water damage underneath the counters and shit, bitch. Make this goddamn shit a home. Goddamn.
period. Period. And I can't even I couldn't say it better. So I'm gonna say my song.
Period.
Um my first song is Gypsy Woman. She's Homeless by Crystal Waters.
Oh Jesus.
Because I my songs kind of tell a story. So the story is, you know, this is a person that is homeless and needs a home. She's singing for money, la da dee da 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 da. And as someone who lives in New York and is around a lot of homeless people all the time, constantly singing for money or doing God knows what else, um, I need y'all to give them homes because, quite frankly, I'm sorry. I'm not going to say that they're annoying because I actually find more annoyance with the street performers that aren't homeless and they're just like showtime and they perform on the train.
Homeless
Because if you're
performers, y'all
homeless,
okay, but you bitches with homes.
yeah, the homeless is fine. You got to do what you got to do, and I do give them money if I have it, but I do need to start carrying cash more. But I'll give them food or something, whatever. And I don't. Obviously, we need to, you know, like people who are homeless, like you, if they're
They are
asking you
people.
for something, give it to them if you have
And
it,
even and
because
even something I believe that you should do with homeless people, even if you don't have it, I believe that you should look them in their face and be able to be like, "I'm sorry, I don't." Like you should be able to at least
Mhm.
have a conversation with them. Like
Yeah, people
nefarious people may have nefarious intentions, and that you can use your own radar, but you should at least respect them enough as a person to not treat them as if they are not a person.
I feel like it's so interesting that a lot of people feel like homeless people are lazy or like ungrateful or
Girl.
whatever the case may be. And it's so interesting because it's like, sweetie, they don't have a home.
And the thing
You do.
is, And the thing is, people are so secure in their homes, they don't realize how quickly everything can go down the drain for them. You
Like
know,
people aren't born homeless. You know what I mean? Like
absolutely
people
not.
become homeless. Or maybe they are born homeless if you're a pregnant person and you're homeless. But anyways, a lot of people aren't born homeless. It's circumstantial. And so
It's
like
absolutely circumstantial.
most people are closer to being homeless than they are to being well off, to be honest. I'm not even saying rich.
Absolutely.
I am closer to being homeless than I am to being rich. And I have a full-time job and a home and no kids, if you don't
That's
count
so true.
Damien.
Same.
So it's like the girls need to wake up and realize that the homeless people are kind of your sisters. Like you need to
They,
help them
they
because
have way
they
more in common with you than the rich people that you're trying to be like.
literally. But yeah, so Gypsy Woman, I love this song. I think it's probably, I mean, I don't know if this is true, but I think that most people know the la da dee la da dow, la da
That
dee la
chord
da dow.
progression is one of the most recognizable chord progressions of all time, in my opinion. Like, girl.
Hmm. Clearly, it's called Gypsy Woman, but I wouldn't be shocked if most people don't really think about the fact that this song is about homelessness. You know what I mean? It's one of those songs they just like sing passively.
They made
His
fun of this song
name.
when it came out because they thought it was n- without substance, which is funny. All right, my next song is from one of my favorite produced albums in terms of like beats and things of all time, and it's a song called "Come On Feet" by Quasimoto. Now, this is not Quasimodo like the Disney
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
protagonist. This is Quasimodo with a T, which is a side project of the very critically acclaimed producer Madlib. If you're familiar at all with MF Doom, like one of his most famous albums was a Madlib collaboration. He's a very famous hip hop producer. Yeah, so this is a side project of his, basically where he is rapping in sort of like these three weird kind of cartoon voices, and in it he's basically talking. He samples this black exploitation feat. He's like, "Come on, feet," and he's like basically talking about running, and he's saying that he says that in it he says blacker than a landlord's soul, which I always found very interesting because
Hmm.
I'm like that. Even the concept of like ethics and like landlords has something that's been in music and something that's people been thinking about, and it's like sort of a goofy sort of song. It's honestly kind of eerie listening to it, like the beat is, but it's something to think about. And like while thinking about housing and landlords, that's one of the first
Hmm.
um, songs that came to mind, and it gave me an excuse to talk about this album because there are so many beats on this album that are so insane. Like Axe Puzzles is insane. Money Hungry Bitches is insane. Green Power is insane. Like in terms of like beats, this album goes so crazy.
And can you say the album one more time for the audience slash me?
It's the album is The Unseen. I didn't say that.
The
That's
Unseen.
The Unseen by
The
Quasimodo.
Unseen by Quasimodo, everyone. It's saved into my ooh, child, she's long. 25 songs.
She is long. She is.
But so just know that.
That one is not necessarily my favorite song, but it is a one that fits the theme. So that is.
I don't know that song. So you got me again. But I'm excited. I think it's interesting that that was one of the first songs that popped into your brain just from that one line. Um Kind of like me with the last episode and Glorietta. It was kind of just like the patriotic displays are so loud was like the first thing I thought of when I thought of seceding from the Union. So I understand.
Right.
My next song is continuing, like I said, the story aspect. So now this person they're homeless, and after they've gotten done singing their song, they are thinking about a home and what that means to them. And so my next song is Home by Diana Ross from The Wiz. And The Wiz is actually one of my favorite movies of all time. Probably like top 5 favorite movies of all time. I was like terrified of this movie when I was a kid because of the that
Wiz is
fucking
actually
flute
my
guy.
favorite movie of all time.
The Wiz, you said?
Yes.
Oh, well, work. So, period. The
Home is a
fashion,
Jasmine Sullivan song, though. At this, in my
I'm
brain,
crying. Well, yes.
that's a Jasmine
But but but
Sullivan.
I like when I watched The Wiz recently, like let's just say like 6 months ago. Um Me and AJ, my roommate, got so obsessed with Home. Not obsessed, because obviously I know that song and I've known that song for years, but like living here in this brand new world. Like it's just the way Diana sings that song.
Diana in
And
that
she
whole movie is so camp and funny. Like,
oh my god, I know. And it's just and she goes, "Oh, that's my favorite part of the whole song." Is when she's go and she goes, oh my god, why did I just completely forget the song and think, man?
I'm saying,
I that song means so much to me. Throwback to when I auditioned for Dorothy in the Wiz in high school and did not get it.
this is
Um,
before my time.
oh right, oops, I
Not
didn't deserve
oops.
it.
I'm
It's
screaming.
just I feel like a lot of people don't know, maybe they do, but that movie was like a commercial flop. Which is so crazy to me because it was such a cult classic. But when that movie was made, Diana Ross basically talked to Quincy Jones and heard that he was making a movie adaptation of the play. And she was like, I want to be Dorothy. And he was like, no, you're too old. Mind you, she was like 29 or 30. And she was like, I don't give a fuck. So she said she went over his head to the head of Universal Music and was like, I will fund part of this movie under the condition that I get to play Dorothy, and it was like an obscene amount of money. So he was like, okay, period. So she went over Quincy Jones's head, the producer of this film, the music producer of this film, and got cast as Dorothy. And people felt like she was too old for the role, even though Dorothy being a teenager is not like important to the story. It actually makes no sense that
I
she's
honestly
a
think that it makes
teenager.
more sense that she's like a kindergarten teacher, like a younger
Yeah.
woman supposed like
She's
finding
supposed to be
herself.
24. She's supposed to be 24 in this movie. And I was like, "Oh, girl, like leave her alone." Like all the issues that she's of having with like her self-esteem and whatever like makes sense. So
And
no shade to
if
Judy.
they gave her a bust down instead of that afro, they wouldn't have been worried about her age because she would have looked 24 anyway. They had her in this pressing, this bumping curl that's combed out, and it's like, girl, that's
I
why
think
y'all.
she looks 24. If I
She
wear my
looks
afro
24.
like
I
that,
mean, she looks 24 in like 1980 when it's filmed, but you know how 24-year-olds they look 50 because they all dressed in
mhm,
1980s clothes. It was like very 80s. It's
yeah.
that late 70s,
I
80s.
think it was actually 1979.
Yeah,
So it
like
probably was
late.
filmed in 1978 or 7. But long story short, This movie was a commercial flop, even though teenager Michael Jackson was in it. Like, people still thought they didn't understand it, they thought it was weird. They and this is just people universally, black people as well. And so, which is so interesting to me that it was a commercial flop. But now, obviously, it's such an iconic movie, iconic black movie, iconic soundtrack, iconic cast. I recently I went to the dentist and got a filling, and so like half my face was not frozen, numb. And I made a joke that I looked like the Tin Man because I can only
LOL.
move half my face. That is my second song, "Home" by Diana Ross. Just because when I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing.
Baby, when
If
I
you
think
don't
of
think
home, is 11-year-old Jasmine Sullivan. Why she tear up that fucking song like that? Why would she do that? She was 11. She was 11 years old. And you out saying
no,
Diana Ross and you're 11. Like, how
it was
dare
actually insane.
you? It's
Please go
insane.
watch that video if you've never seen it.
Jasmine
Diana
Sullivan,
Ross.
can I get however old you are now? Can you just sing home for me one more time? Just so
And
I
put it
can.
on streaming. Thank
Oh my god, that
you.
would be insane.
A world
My
so full of love, like yours, like mine,
my favorite thing is how she was
like
swinging them arms in
ours.
Ease
Yeah.
on Down the Road. She was
Oh,
she was
baby.
baby, them arms literally loose hinges.
Baby, they were dancing down.
Money.
Michael Jackson, I mean, we all know he can dance, but baby, in the Wiz, that motherfucker was not playing.
Period.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, anyway, yeah.
My last song, not once again, but this one is sort of more literal. It is literally called Where Can I Go? And it is
Mm.
by Marlena Shaw. She is a soul singer. Um, I think she released maybe into the 70s. I don't think she had anything really past the 80s that I know of. If you know California Soul, I think that's like her most famous song. Like a sound you hear that lingers in your ear to something, something, that's how it
Oh.
goes. That song, it's California Soul. I forgot how the chorus goes, but she's that song.
Mhm,
Yes.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
Very famous, but I believe it's on the same album. It's Where Can I Go? And the lyrics are really sad. She's tell me where can I go? There's no place I can see where to go. There's no home from like it's a very sad song, but let me tell you something. Them instrumentalists, that band was cooking. So like it is a very sad song, and I think like it implies that she dies in the end because she says, "At last I am free," which like girl, it's always implied to me that like she went to heaven and very sort of sad subject matter, but that is one of the best. That bass line is it's one of my favorite like bass lines of all time. Like
Wow.
it's so good. It's so good.
I
Um
need to listen to that song more closely.
yeah, it's not California Soul, that one is good, but
Oh,
um the song Where Can I Go by Marlena Shaw, that I wish I could imitate it,
play
but
bass.
it's yeah, it's not. I wouldn't be able to replicate it if I tried because he's like
I mean, I sing all the
hitting
time,
every
so you
other
should sing.
like it's like crazy. So get into that, but that is my final song. I love just classic soul. I love how it sounds like digitizing
It has kind of not.
the upgrading of like sound quality in terms of music is good, but like there is something that you get in like a 60s or a 70s record where it's just like girl, this is what they did in that studio in them 3 minutes, and it's like that's what
Yeah,
it is,
very live.
like I just live for that, and they slayed it
Yeah.
down.
I do think, yeah, people aren't recording live instrumentals as often.
People can't handle it anymore. Well, a lot of people can't.
Well, a lot of people can't. So my next song is actually also by Diana Ross,
Oh my god.
and it's My House.
Oh
Um,
my god.
because at the end of the story,
Baby,
I'm hoping that in my fictional story that I've been narrating, I guess, this entire time, is that the person now has a house and there's a welcome mat at the door.
and they live there.
It, the thing is, it's my house and I live here.
Okay. It's my house, but in case you were confused, baby, I also live here. Don't get it
She said,
confused.
"There's my chair.
Oh,
I
my
put it
chair.
there."
Me. L- don't play
Everything
with
you,
the
but
queen.
don't forget it twisted because everything you see is with love and care.
Come on now. Come on now.
I love that it's just literally a song about her describing her house.
Like it's new apartment before new apartment. Like, come on now.
Literally on the table there sits a rose. Through every window, a little light flows.
Come on
Books of
now.
feeling on the shelf above. You might not know that you know, but they don't know.
Also for
And it
the
was
for the
made for
little monsters. Yeah,
love.
for
Also,
the little monsters, y'all will recognize the song as Replay by Lady
I was
Gaga.
just about to say that. I
Yes.
was just about to say that. I didn't know that until very recently, actually.
Oh,
Well,
really?
no, maybe like a year ago. Yeah.
That I don't really remember much of Chromatica. I think I liked the remix album better, but
Mhm.
Replay from the actual album, I think is my favorite song from that album.
Me
So,
too. That is my favorite song from the album. And I think it might be the best song. Cuz I don't know what to do. The monsters inside of you are torturing me.
period.
Every single day, yeah, I build a grave and I sit inside it wondering if I behave is
That's
one of the most
that's Lady
incredible like
Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
Period.
Yeah,
What is it?
that's
As
replay.
I let my name, Alice. It's
We'll
something.
give her wonderland.
Baby, that remix on
Take
that album,
you
baby, don't
home
don't
to
turn that
love.
on in front of me. It's gonna get real non-binary. Okay, in the room. If you turn that shit on.
Right, right. I actually just watched the Chromatica movie. Um,
I should. I you
yeah,
know I
it's cute.
I really feel like I
I mean, I
listened.
was there, but also it's cute.
Oh,
I
you
was
were
thinking about it,
there.
I was like,
Cute.
I went to Chromatica, yeah, but I also like don't remember most of it. I didn't realize that I didn't remember. So I was like, some of it like I do remember, but like I think it was just there was a lot happening. I cried, I think at one point.
Oh, wow.
Lady Gaga. But yeah, it's my house and I live here.
Literally, and I live here. Don't play with me.
I love how literal this song is. Like, y'all, if you listen to this song, please listen to it with the lyrics because it literally is just such a simple song. And I'm really curious as to like I want to talk to Blood Pop and like walk through their thought process of like being like I need to clip this for Lady Gaga. Like I don't know, it's just really cool. And I thought it was funny that I had two different Diana Ross songs because that's a woman who likes to be in her fucking house.
Baby, that's a woman who owns homes, honey.
She owns the
Baby, that
businesses,
money is long, baby. Ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no bank account high enough.
baby. Ain't no baby daddy high enough. Bear Jordan.
Come on now, baby. Let's talk about the fashions. They don't make glamour divas anymore like that. Like I'm literally you get into anything that she was wearing at any point in her career, she's dressed
Down.
down. The
And
like
did you see Mariah Carey's tweet about when she quoted them and they were like, every time I see her ass, she's in a sparkly gown.
yes,
Uh,
she's a
duh.
diva. That's what we need like Gia Gunn said. Where is the glamour? I went to DragCon and I saw zero glamour. I'm looking around in this music industry. I'm seeing zero glamour. Do you know that recently? This is a slight sidebar, but it's related to this topic. Do you know recently I was watching an interview of Aretha Franklin in 2008, and she was
Mhm.
literally like, I have a standing invitation for tea with the Queen, but I declined. She declined the standing invitation with the Queen because she ain't got on a flight since 1983. She said, "Baby, I don't fly. So thank you for the invitation, but I'm gonna have to go ahead and decline." Do you know how that you literally cannot even make a diva that can decline the invitation from the Queen no more? Like that's literally like you can't do that.
Well, because she's dead.
Exactly. Like, baby, that's a
Yeah.
bygone era. You don't
Yeah.
have divas
That's
like
pretty
that
cool.
anymore. Baby,
They
this,
truly do not make them like that. And the
like,
thing is like, first of all, she ain't no diva changed everything because I've met a lot of people that think they're divas and are not.
Baby,
Because if you're a diva,
where's the glamour?
you have to be okay with seeming like a bitch sometimes.
Where's the
And there are
glamour?
too many girls that, I mean, and I understand the state of pop music today, like, you can't really unapologetically be a bitch. And like really, really, really. And I feel like the only person that is really doing that, not even to give her anything, but Nicki Minaj. That's the one thing I will give her. She is unapologetically a bitch. Um anyway, but yeah, Mariah, we talked. I mean, listen, we know, but she's one of the last divas. Because even like, obviously, Beyonce is a diva, but I feel like she doesn't talk to us. She doesn't. We don't know anything about her, so it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, glamour is Mariah Carey is keeping glamour alive. She goes in the pool in these sequin dresses,
Like, come on now.
and because who the fuck gonna tell her she can't, and because two, she owns so many of them that they're at this point like jeans. Why are y'all confused that Mariah Carey acts like a diva when y'all pay her bills every Christmas? Anyway, so that's my last song. Um, Hopefully all of you have homes. If you're listening to this and you don't have a home, I hope you get one soon.
No, real shit. Like that's some. I understand. My heart goes out to you, and um, there's something bigger at play. It's definitely a nefarious, a very real systemic issue. So if you're having trouble finding housing, or you feel frustrated because you can't find housing that you can afford, um, I empathize with you because while I do have housing, I am still struggling to afford it, and we're gonna get through this together. So, in closing, let's go ahead and just review our songs just for those who wants to wrap it up. Also, as always, the playlist link will be in the description for you guys to check these out. My first song was "A House Is Not a Home" by Luther Vandross.
Mine was Gypsy Woman by Crystal Waters.
My next one was "Come On Feet" by Quasimodo.
And then it was Home by Diana Ross or Dorothy Gale.
Y'all hear the fire siren? Uh-oh. And
Oh, I
then
don't hear it.
okay, great, I do. And then my final song was "Where Can I Go" by Marlena Shaw.
And to close it out, it's her house and she lives there. Diana Ross.
Period.
Okay, so that was 6 songs for the housing crisis. And the next segment is going to be questions for queers. Woohoo! And
She's
the
loose.
question this week is anonymous. And it is, now that we're halfway through the year, what is your favorite release of 2024 so far? Because, okay, how about we do this? How about we do a song and an album that your favorite? Don't have to be the same person.
Okay,
Because I think I have answers.
I can figure that out. So I have an album because I
Okay.
think I've talked about this album before. I may have sent you this album before. This album is a self-titled album by Fabiana Palladino.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
this is the daughter of a very famous, I believe he was a session bassist, named Pino Palladino is his name, I believe. And baby, when I tell you, I don't know what she is. She's some sort of white. I don't know what's going on with this album cover. She might be Brazilian or something. I don't know what's going on, but she was eating this fucking album up. It was released in April of 2024, so that definitely is this year. And it's 10 songs, 37 minutes, and literally there's not a skip on the album to me, and that's literally all I ask for in an album is you give me 10 songs that I don't want to skip any of them. Like, it's kind of
Mhm.
funky, it's super dark, but it's like
I love the album
it's
cover. Like
it's
half her face
it's
being
yeah, it's weirdly
in the dark.
pop but not necessary. It doesn't feel like mainstream pop. It's a very very kind of unique blend of things. So that's my favorite album of this year. If I were to pick a song, this may have been released last year, but this album was just released, so I'm gonna go ahead and say it goes like "Na Na 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 Na" by Peggy Goo
Oh my
because
god.
that song literally has me in a chokehold. That album has me in a chokehold, and That's one of my favorite songs of all time now. So that would be my song if I were
Period.
my for 2024.
Slay so far. Because we still have a few releases coming. But also the time of recording, Normani's album has not come out. Which we'll see if it's my favorite. But just for
I'm screaming.
clarification. Um I honestly I think Rachel Chinarimi's album is my favorite album of the year so far.
Really?
Yes. So if you don't know this girl, her name is Rachel Riri. She's a British black girl and she makes like indie pop, I guess. I found out about her because Florence Pugh was in one of her music videos and I was like, what is Florence Pugh doing with this black girl? And so I watched the music video and then I was like, oh, okay, this is sickening. And then I listened to a couple more of her songs, and then I was like, okay, this is one of my girls. Like I'm obsessed. She's opening for Remy Wolf in a few dates in America on her tour, and I probably am gonna go. Not even a huge Remy Wolf stan. I literally just want to go to see Rachel. No shade. It's no shade. Um, but I'll probably stay for Remy. Like she's cute. Um, but I really love Garden of Eden. I love Dumb Bitch Juice on this album. It I like it because I feel like you don't see a lot of black women in the indie pop space. I feel like they try to, pigeonhole us into rapper, pop, R&B, and like it's nice to me that like she is so undeniably indie pop that like you can't there's really no almost even like bedroom indie pop, but she opened for Louis Tomlinson of One Direction fame apparently. And she's just sickening. Like she's
Lewis.
gorgeous. I love Oh my god. I love her album cover. I think her voice is just so interesting and I don't know. If you don't like her, if you don't know her, get into her. Her album has just been like on repeat. Other than that, I mean Brett, but I would be lying, I think. I think like Rachel Chinnery really is my actual favorite. For songs though, I actually think it's either Alter Ego or Wannabe. The rap girlies have been taking it for me.
I
Um,
don't think I've heard either of those songs all the way through.
oh my god. Alter Ego by Doechii featuring JT.
Mm-hmm.
That
Alter
needs to
ego or whatever.
yeah. You haven't heard it?
I haven't heard it all the way through. I've heard like clips.
Okay, no, I love that song. And Wannabe is just so fucking funny to me.
Who is that by?
Um, hmm?
Who's that
Glorilla
by?
and Megan Thee
Oh,
Stallion.
oh, okay.
Hoes like me, like Justin
I know
Bieber.
that one.
Um, White Boy Wasted Channing Tatum. It's just I just love that fucking song. Like I don't even really have any like intellectual reason. Like I just love that fucking song. But Alter Ego actually I think is my favorite just because one they redid the video for some reason, but I love it and it's just kind of a mood. Like na 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 bitch you're dead to me. Alter Ego. Like and also JT's verse like I just think it's just very much a fuck you bitch anthem and I love one of those and it's a song that I just keep finding myself going back to and never getting tired of. And I really think, it's moving Doechii in the right direction. I actually really enjoy Doechii. And I don't and the thing about Doechii is that I don't usually enjoy her visuals. I just don't like some of the outfits she wears. But that does not mean that I don't like her as a person. But I did like the outfits that she was wearing in the video for the first one and the second one. But yeah, I think Doechii holding down for the dark skinned black girls making music.
If you have any more questions, feel free to send them to sixsongs4 at gmail.com. You can also DM us on Instagram at sixsongs4. Our personal social media links will be in the description below, as well as some resources to help those around the world. And in closing, is there anything else that you want to say?
That's that me
Period.
espresso.
Okay, that's her espresso. I think I'm all good in terms of closing remarks. So thank you guys for listening to this podcast once again, and we'll see you guys next week. All right.
Woohoo!
Bye.
Song 4. Song 4. Song 4. Song 4.